All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful and, honestly, chilling poems you'll probably ever read. Hawk Roosting by Ted Hughes. Now, this is so much more than a poem about a bird. It's really a journey into the mind of a predator and a pretty stark look at the nature of power itself. So, let's get into it. So the poem kicks off with this line. And what an image, right? Total stillness, absolute control. This hawk isn't nervously looking around for its next meal. No, it's just roosting, almost meditating on its own perfection, totally comfortable with its place at the very top of the world. It's a position of pure, unshakable confidence. So, a huge key to understanding this poem is knowing that it's what we call a dramatic monologue. This means we aren't just watching the hawk from a distance. Nope. Ted Hughes puts us right inside its head. We are literally hearing its thoughts, its justifications, its whole philosophy of life, all told from its own point of view. This is the big question the poem is asking us to think about. I mean, really, just imagine it for a second. What would it be like to have zero doubt, no sense of morality, no need for anyone's approval? The hawk's entire monologue is just this incredible exercise in supreme self-confidence. It believes it's flawless, and its purpose in life is brutally simple. And this right here gets to the absolute core of the hawk's ego. See, in its mind, it's not just another creature in the food chain. No way. It is the throne at the top. It genuinely believes that the whole world, all of creation, was made specifically to produce it, the final perfect product. Moving on, we're going to see how the hawk's entire way of thinking comes directly from its own body. Its physical form isn't just for survival. For the hawk, its body is a set of weapons, and those weapons define its relationship with absolutely everything else that exists. From the hawk's point of view, nothing in the world is just there. Everything has a purpose, and that purpose is to serve the hawk. Its hooked beak and feet, they're weapons. The trees, that's not a home, it's a throne, a strategic high ground. The sun, it's a spotlight. The entire planet is laid out beneath it, basically for its inspection. I mean, wow, can you get any more arrogant than this? The hawk is literally saying that billions of years of evolution, the whole complicated, messy process of creation, had one single goal: to make it, to forge this perfect form. Its existence isn't some happy accident, it's the grand finale. And here's the payoff. After all that work it took to create it, the hawk now says, it's all mine. By grabbing onto that branch, it's symbolically gripping the entire world. It's just a breathtaking statement of total, absolute control. Okay, so now we get to the poem's really brutal heart. The hawk doesn't just sit on top of the world, it's the one that deals out the violence. It decides who lives and who dies, and it does it without even a sliver of hesitation. Now, to really get the hawk's brutal honesty, we need to understand a word for something it completely rejects: sophistry. Sophistry is basically using clever, tricky arguments to justify your actions or twist the truth. You know, something we humans are really good at. The hawk, though, it has absolutely no need for any of that. And boom, there it is. Probably the most shocking line in the whole poem. The hawk is brutally frank. It doesn't waste time debating or justifying anything. Its manners, its way of dealing with the world, is pure, direct violence. There's no trickery here, just terrifying clarity. The hawk lives in a reality that just completely shatters our human ideas of morality. In its world, there's no right or wrong. There's only the will to act. Its power is its justification. If it has the ability to kill, then it has the right to kill. It's really that simple. And this line just hammers that point home. Forget beautiful images of birds soaring. The hawk's flight path is a deadly line, aimed straight through its prey. It doesn't need a lawyer to argue its case. Its right is proven with its beak and its talons. So by now you might be thinking, is this poem really just about a bird? Or is Ted Hughes using this hawk to talk about something much, much bigger and way more unsettling, about power itself? Well, the man behind this voice was Ted Hughes. He was a poet who was famously, almost obsessively, fascinated with the animal world. And remember, he was writing in an era after World War II, a time that understood tyranny all too well. He saw something in nature, something raw and violent, that he could use to explore the darker side of life. So when you're reading Hughes, you're almost never just reading a nature poem. He uses animals, like this hawk, as powerful metaphors. They become these mirrors, reflecting back at us some of the most primal and often pretty terrifying truths about life and even our own human nature. The poem ends on this incredibly chilling note of permanent, godlike power. The hawk literally positions itself with the sun at its back like a divine ally, and then it declares that it's going to keep things exactly as they are, forever. It's like it has stopped time and remade the world in its own brutal image. So, what is this hawk really? Is it the voice of a political dictator, totally convinced of their own superiority and their right to rule? Or maybe it's the voice of nature itself, cold, hard, and completely indifferent to suffering. Or, and this one is maybe the most uncomfortable thought, is it a voice that exists, even quietly, inside all of us, that primal instinct for dominance? And that's the final thought I really want to leave you with. This poem gives a voice to a tyrannical way of thinking. So just look around. In politics, in business, maybe even in your own life. Where do you see this same refusal to argue, this same belief that might makes right? The hawk may live in the woods, but its voice, well, its voice echoes everywhere.